What's up, guys? A bit of a late start on today's vlog, just in the day. Day's a little late. So last video we bled the coolant system and we started the car and I took it for a drive. I got a battery for the car and I took the car for a drive. Found out that we do have a leak. The lower coolant hose is bad. I just pulled it off. I'm not sure where this hose was leaking from. This is the end it was leaking from. It doesn't look too bad to me. It looks like it's fine. It looks like it hold pressure, but I guess it wasn't. I picked up the new hose. I ordered it yesterday, came in today. And so we're gonna slap that on and hope that that fixes our issue with our coolant leak. If not, then I have no idea what it's gonna be. It might be the radiator after that because like I said, we do have a leak. It was coming from the hose, so it better be the hose. I paid 20 bucks for the hose. It better be the hose. I'm gonna throw this on really quickly and we'll throw more coolant in the car. And then we'll go give her a run, see if we have any more leaks coming from the car. Okay, I think we filled the system back up. Let's start the car, see if we have any more leaks. I didn't have leaks until I started driving the car, so we might have to go drive the car and see if we start leaking anywhere again. We might be able to find it here. Nothing yet. Check the level should be fine. Let's go take it for a drive and see if we get any leaks during our drive. I don't have a lot of time to work on this thing today, so we'll pick this up tomorrow maybe, but right now it's having an issue where it doesn't want to get into boost. The boost gauge doesn't even read boost. I just plugged something in the back because it was loose. So I'm gonna go try it again and see if we get any better reading now. What's up, guys? So day 2. Late yesterday I talked to Zach. He said check the ground cables. I did. It was loose. So I tightened that up and the car started up no problem and everything sounds a lot better than what it did yesterday. So I think the ground might have been causing the stuttering. Right now I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the boost gauge. If I can figure out what's wrong with the boost gauge, I can at least tell if I'm getting any boost or what's going on with the actual boost, why the engine keeps cutting it off at boost. I'm gonna check where the boost gauge runs and how it's set up, and then we'll go from there. No leaks in the coolant, which is good. So we were a little bit low, but I really want to say that maybe we still had some air bubbles in the system, but I mean, she's idling a lot better. We'll give her a run and see if she sounds any better. I chased one of the cables. I think it'd be the sensor wire, the data wire basically. It ran it from the gauge down into, basically down to the firewall, and then found it through on the other side of the firewall, and we had a missing hose. I found where that T that we put duct tape on, one of the T's that we put duct tape on. I put that hose back on, so that vacuum leak is out and the gauge is working. We still have one more vacuum hose that I have not figured out yet, so once we figure that one out, that's gonna be the last hose. Car's idling a lot better than what it did yesterday. I think we're gonna go take it for a drive. Maybe that gauge not being plugged in and reading properly had something to do with us not being able to get into boost. Temperatures on here are looking a lot better, and on the code scanner we're at 150. The battery's charging better. I think that'd be 14.7 lambda roughly, the 1.0. I looked up another sensor. Our crankshaft position sensor is running good, so we know that we fixed that and that is proper. So I'm gonna go take it for a drive and see if maybe that ground cable and the boost gauge fixed anything. Okay, let's leave town before I get in trouble because this car doesn't have the cap back. Yeah, this seat keeps falling back as well. I need to tighten that, but okay. I fixed the seat so the seat doesn't roll back anymore. I know that we have a leak in the up pipe. I gotta find what thread size that is so I can plug it. I have no idea what it is. It's like an O2 sensor or something. I've looked up on eBay some up pipes and it has a bunk for an O2, so I think as long as I find a plug for that up pipe, we should be fine, because right now we're only building 8 pounds of boost, I think is what I saw, like 6 or 8 somewhere in there, but we're not building much boost. I think we're supposed to build a little bit more boost than that. I think we're supposed to have a little bit more than 10 psi. car pulls pretty nicely. I thought we had a leak in the cooling system, so I came back home, but I think it's just what was up on top of the reservoir. I'm not really sure. I will jack up the car and I will check. I don't want to run the car out of town and run out of coolant, because then that'd be our whole motor and I don't really want to pull it again. I'm going to check for coolant leaks. I'm going to check all the hoses, and I'll pick this up tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up, guys? So today's Saturday. I've already taken the car out once today. I took it to the store. It runs fine. I do need to fix the leak in the exhaust, and that's what we're going to work on today. I'm not sure how long this video is already. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I'm going to fix that. I also need to fix the speed sensor because I don't know what's wrong with my speedometer, but that's not good. So I need to fix the speed sensor, and we're gonna plug that hole. So shout out to Tristan. He hooked it up with a rear diffuser wing kind of thing. He ordered it for his car and it didn't fit. Let me show you guys what it looks like on this one. I hope it doesn't shake off with all the vibrating, but apparently the E92 and the E90 trunks are different. It didn't fit on his car, but it fits perfect on mine. We'll be throwing that on sometime these next couple of videos. But what do you guys think? I definitely think that the trunk needs some kind of lip or something. This is not exactly what I wanted, but he just gave it to me, so we'll throw it on, and I think it looks good. So this bolt was not the easiest to find. I had to put a washer, grab a washer. I don't know why metric bolts are so expensive. I'm gonna take a plate off that holds, I wanna say it's the up pipe. It holds the up pipe to the block. So I'm gonna take that plate off really quickly so we can reach under. I have to cut this bolt basically in half. I think that's going to work as a plug. This has to be the right size. I'm going to check to see first if this is the right size. It's supposed to be M12 by 1.25. So I'm gonna take that plate off real quick, test fit this, and then we'll cut it to size. So I didn't end up cutting the bolt. So I put the bolt in, tightened it all the way. It didn't even sit all the way in because the way the sensor works is it has the threads, and then it has like a needle that goes through a little hole, a smaller hole. So all I did was I tightened the bolt all the way in. It bottomed out on that little hole where that needle usually goes, and I think I just tightened the crap out of it, and I don't think it should leak. We're gonna start the car, go and see if we hear any leaks, and go see if we could hit higher boost than 8 PSI, because we have not been able to hit higher than 8 PSI. We're gonna give that a shot, and that should really actually fix that issue. If we're still not getting higher boost, then I'm gonna have to figure out why we can't get into higher boost. But as of right now, we're getting 8 PSI. Zach said that we're supposed to be getting 18, so we're getting 10 PSI lower than what we should be. I'm gonna go drive the car around a little bit and see if we can get a little bit higher PSI. I'm gonna let it warm up. We're gonna go here to see if the leak is gone. We'll see where we go from there. We are having one issue. I did not tighten the return on the turbo oil feed, and I think we're leaking oil from there. Other than that, I think we're good. Right now we're hitting 10 pounds of boost, which still isn't a lot, but we're hitting 10 pounds after third gear. It seems like first gear we hit 8, second gear we hit 8, third gear we start getting into a higher boost. I don't understand why I can't hit boost. Now I'm hitting 6 PSI in first gear. I used to be hitting 8. Now I'm hitting 6. So I just adjusted the wastegate. Basically, I pulled the thing back and it created some tension within the wastegate. So we were hitting 11 pounds in first gear now. I turned it a turn and a half and it got me to 11 pounds. That's 3 pounds more than what we were pushing, but also the car didn't seem to like it anymore. So I came back, put it back, and I'm gonna go try it again, see if it wants to get into boost again. I definitely have to go pick up some vacuum line because the vacuum line that's on the car right now is pretty old and crusty and it's kind of bent. And so I think the gauge is reading wrong because it's not reading the air that's being actually pulled. But I'm going to put everything back together the way it was and go for a drive again. And if everything is normal, then I'm just going to leave it as it is and then wait and get it tuned, because it's not really safe to be running it like this. While adjusting the wastegate, my code scanner does read air to fuel. Not exactly air to fuel, but more like lambda. So I was watching from 1 to drop down to 0.75, which is roughly 11.1 is 0 air fuel. It's really rich, but still I'd rather just wait to get this tuned than to keep beating on it like this and try to figure it out. Like I said, I think the gauge might be a little bit wrong. Really quick, like I said, I'm putting everything back together and I'm going to drive the car. Hopefully it gets up into boost again like it did and stops cutting itself off, and we are going to leave the car as it is. Well, it was a good day of trial and error. We need the exhaust, the rest of the exhaust for this car, because it is really annoying driving with the exhaust really like right under my seat. So I need to get the rest of the exhaust. I feel really dizzy. That exhaust is actually in here a lot. It's not letting me rev over 4,500 RPM, so I gotta see what that's about. I'm trying to see if I have any codes on the ECU, but it's not reading anything really. And so I don't have any codes in the ECU. I don't know why we're not revving over 4,500 anymore. Numbers are still looking fine. I'm not really sure what it's gonna be at this point. We tried quite a bit with the car, and I think we got pretty far. I know now that the engine runs, there's no more leaks, no more oil leaks. I thought we had an oil leak, but it turns out it's just all the sludge buildup on the engine that just is getting hot and it's like melting. So with a good power wash, I can knock all that off. No more coolant leaks. I think we would have gotten another coolant leak by now if we had something loose, or if there was gonna be a leak. By now we would have a coolant leak. We put roughly 10 miles in testing today on the car, and we did get up to operating temperature, come back, let it cool down, turn it on, go run it again. We did that roughly like 4 or 5 times. If anything was gonna leak, I think it would have leaked already. I'm gonna throw the bumper back on, so I have the bumper on the car now. I did want to pull the headlights off and restore them, but I'm waiting for a nicer day. Today wasn't too bad, but I think it was still too cold to do headlights. And I need a hood, because the hood that was on this car, for one, does not have the thread for the bolts for the hinges, and 2 is just really bent, and so I don't really want to throw that hood back on. If I do use this car, I'm going to throw the hood back on. As of right now, I'm going to be in the market for a hood for this car. Yeah, we're literally getting vehicle has no fault codes on the code reader, so we don't have any fault in the ECU. There's got to be something. I might unplug the battery, let it just kill itself over like the night, and then tomorrow morning plug it back in and see if that works. But there's really nothing else I can really do to get it out of whatever limp mode it is in. Other than that, the car ran great. The car is just running great. I do need a tune. I definitely am gonna get a tune on this car. I am talking to my buddy Zach. He knows a guy that tunes the Subarus here in the area, so I might throw the car together and go see him and have him tune the car. Before we do the tune though, we have to throw on the rest of the exhaust. I need to find an exhaust. I kind of want to make it, like I said, I'm trying not to rush myself into buying an exhaust because I don't want to spend the money on the exhaust. With the money that I spent on the exhaust, I could basically buy the bender that I need to make my own exhaust. I'm getting the video here though, guys. I think we did a lot to the car today. I'm sorry if I didn't get pulls for you guys. I'm just really trying to pay attention to the car. Once we get the car down and running properly, we'll take it to meets and we'll do pulls with the car. But for right now, I just really want to make sure that the car is running on tip-top shape and I'm paying all my attention to the car. Good day for trial and error. If you guys made it to the end, thank you very much for watching. Go down and hit that like button for me if you guys like the video. Go comment. I'm not sure what color I want to wrap the car, so if you guys have any ideas for color, go down in the comment section and let me know. Hit that subscribe button for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.